what is all that? Cha-cha-cha.
The high performance mind is when you are at your most creative, your most awakened, your most productive, and your most aware. Your mind is sharper, quicker, clearer, more effective, and you're really on.
I call it the high voltage brain power of the mega mind, because this is a person who's switched on. They're talkative, they're excited, they're laughing, they have experiencing high levels of creative flow, intuitive insight, because the brain is switched on. We are the intrepid explorers, the pioneers of a new pattern, a new ways of understanding consciousness.
You've just shown it with the mind mirror, and in fact, as an example and as a display of how our fields interact at all levels. I've never seen such an amazing mirroring going on between two people in real time. I mean, this is pretty dramatic.
It's an exact mirror. We're looking in a mirror of consciousness, and it's a holographic mirror. I mean, what's happening here in alpha is where it's happening in the heart, in theta, in the subconscious, in the delta. It's happening in the field. The whole thing, it's true, the whole thing is a field, but it's a hologram.
And not only this, but you talk about, you know, the mind and the body being connected, not in our society. That is our problem. They're disconnected. So that what the mind mirror brings in terms of a tremendous contribution is, in fact, training people to bring them together and keep them together and keep them coherent. And that is a major, major contribution.
Precision and accuracy of the mind mirror brainwave pattern never ceases to amaze me. I had a guy, and I had hooked him up maybe 10 times before, and he had these gorgeous, gorgeous awakened mind patterns. Just one day he came in, and I saw this ordinary consciousness pattern with this really high amplitude beta, no alpha, no theta, and big, big delta. Afterwards, I said, well, these were really different patterns for you. Do you know what that could be about? And he says, oh, yeah, I've had sinus problems, but I took contact.
Wow.
I mean, stole his pattern, stole his alpha, even with his eyes closed.
So with the mind mirror, you can really see the drug effects, you're saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Concrete differences.
Concrete differences.
Wow.
This brings us back to the big question, a central question in awakened mind training, is what is unconscious? What Max and Anna both taught is that the goal of this work is to make what was unconscious conscious, to know and understand what was not known and understood before.
Name the color, not the word.
Yellow, purple, oh, blue, orange, blue, blue. Purple, green, yellow,
green.
That is really a great thing to do before anything, really, a presentation, a meditation, or whatever, because then you know that you basically optimize the instrument. Y'all want to do this exercise right now? So we're tapping the foot, tapping the knee, and humming the note at the same time.
I thought it was a very strange experience. Towards the end of the meditation, it was like a message came to me, like basically saying, shut your ego down. You don't need to be flashy. You don't need to be broadcasting anything. You just need to be. That was profound for me.
Nice. Sounds like your theta told your alpha to tell your beta to shut up.
Yes.
I've had some very nice experiences floating through a shopping mall, just thinking, you're me, you're me, you're me. Oh, I love you. You, I love. Oh, I love you. Just complete strangers walking through a store, a mall in a bliss state. And that's a visual landmark for me. I just found that I started having these bizarre realizations.
Because you go up, right? Telling the story is a biofeedback landmark. You start talking about the story,
well, yeah.
You start getting higher and higher, and you go, what?
I mean, being in a bliss state and everything is wonderful, and if that accentuates life and makes things more vivid, that's beautiful. But what I found very practically was it just made me a 250% better therapist, because I'm coming from that place where I'm tuning into bigger wisdom than this idiot knows of. I find that it just makes me far more efficient with this consistent training. So it's more important than vitamins.
What is the relationship between the awakening the mind to higher states and increases in the chi? How do those correspond?
The more energy, the more life. The better your energy, the better your life. The microcosmic orbit meditation and Qigong practice may contribute to healthy function of the human brain. It may help offset such degenerative conditions as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. After all, you're not going to get healthy tomatoes from your tomato plants if they don't get enough water. It's the same with the brain and chi, blood, and fluids.
It sounds like some extraterrestrial instrument to me. I have already asked our first guest about his interest in music, and he immediately provided us with such a nice little meditative performance.
What I was looking for, one thing was companionship for better hearing my own voice. I'm getting more and more clear about a whole lot of us are looking for that. And that has to do with helping each other hear and listen to the voice of our deepest selves, our essential selves. It was a discovery experience, and we were doing this together. And it went really deep. That's what it was. This true discovery. So I discovered these places inside of myself that I knew were there, but I hadn't seen with so much clarity and depth, and being able to exchange with somebody else on that level.
When we are in beta, when we hear beta, the voice is very loud and it's hard to avoid. It's usually some critic kind of saying, not good, do more, and it's like doing all this all the time, struggle. And then when you hear your intuition, it's just such a subtle thing. It's like instant, like a falling star, in the sky. It's like, it's so fast. And usually we ignore that. And I know it's really like, ding, and it's gone. Doing my meditation, I found that there is some point where I lose all the obstacles. You have a problem, and you kind of, wherever you look, you see another problem and another block and another block and another block. And then at some point, you just drift into some space. As I say, there are no blocks, there are no fences. So it's it's the space where everything is possible. And it feels really good. You feel this connection, you feel this wholeness. Yeah.
Max used to have one, and the goose is in the bottle. How does the goose get out of the bottle? Oh, it's out.
Something like that.
But those rewards are great with the mind mirror. It's honest.
It is.
It doesn't lie. The moment the very nanosecond you're off, the music disappears.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's kind of a metaphor for life in a way. If you're out of harmony with yourself, well, all the music disappears, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're all making music together, whether we know it or not.
You better believe it.
Brainwave music. You can't see it, but it's there. We can see it with the mind mirror.
Right, that's right. We got our own chamber music going here.
That's right. Well, I can't wait to show you more.
Thank you all for being here.